So it is 7 o'clock, and I'll call our meeting to order. And Kevin, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Babcock?
Here.
Mrs. Sweet?
Present.
Mr. Bear?
Here.
Mr. Whitaker?
Here. So fancy.
Mrs. Fogel?
Here.
Mr. Hannah?
Here.
We have all members of council present. Would you please stand and join me in pledging allegiance to our flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So welcome everyone, and this is the regular session of the Enon Village Council. This is Tuesday, September 14th, 2021. Any additions to our agenda tonight? Mr. Hannah, I think you had one item of communication you were going to bring up.
I'll defer that to Mr. Bear.
Mr. Bear, okay.
We can turn.
Mr. Bear.
Oh. Gotcha.
He was the coach.
He was the head coach?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was the coach.
Like, what are you talking about?
Doesn't like being put on the spot. Any other additions to our agenda this evening? All right, hearing
We
none.
don't have
let's-
it ahead of time. We may want to discuss our situation, our ongoing process with the school system, so people are aware of what we're trying to do with the properties around the new school. So,
Yep, we'll have Kevin give an update,
Okay.
the latest that he has heard. So we have our minutes of the Tuesday, August 24th, 2021 meeting. And if council is satisfied with those, we would entertain a motion and a second to approve.
So moved.
Second.
And call the roll, please.
Mr. Babcock?
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet?
Yes.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
Mrs. Fogel?
Yes.
Mr. Hannah?
Abstain, absence.
Those minutes are approved as presented. And let's go into our financial report for this evening. Starting off, if you look at that cash summary by fund report, we have over $276,000 in our general fund, over $90,000 in the street construction, and we still have that negative $125,000 balance from previous. And Laura's going to make a recommendation for transfer of some money to bring that deficit down. Basically, we're just paying ourselves back our own money. The American Rescue Plan, almost $125,000. Police levy, a little over $302,000. And water fund, we have about $47,000. That's our lowest fund, and that'll build back up towards the end of the year. And we still have the $200,000 in the contingency. Total of all funds, $928,789.59. Looking at the revenue status, general fund, again, we have already exceeded our estimated revenues. And we had, pretty good collection from real estate taxes. We will still, keep in mind, we'll still collect money for the cable franchise fees and also fees and fines associated with the operation of the mayor's court. Street construction, that shows about 47%. But again, if you go to that second account where we have the $100,000 for the Bob White project, I did talk to Laura about that, and I know, Kevin, you're going to get her the final paperwork.
Yes.
She'll post that $100,000, and then that'll bring those figures more in line. But if you look at the gasoline tax and the license tax, those are both real close to 70%, and we're 8/12 of the year. So that's going to be probably about 70%. Yep, 67%, real close. Going down to the police levy revenue there, again, 100% collected, and other than miscellaneous things, we would not expect any more large revenues for that police levy. looking at the last page there, under water operating, we've collected about 72%, so we're doing well there. And overall, as far as the total of reports, about 79% of the revenue. And of course, again, the general fund is already at 100%, a little bit over. As far as expenditures go, looking through the general fund, we have spent about 61% of what we had appropriated, so we're doing very well there. Street construction, about 42%. Now, Kevin, that paving job, we haven't paid anything on that yet, have we?
On Coons?
On Coons?
No.
Okay, so that's gonna be about 20-some thousand.
23. Yeah,
Okay, 20, 25,000, something like that. So we'll see the effects of that, but as far as the status of that right now, we're in really good shape on the street construction. Looking at the police levy, about 63%, so we're doing well there. And if you look at the last page, under water operating, we have about 80%. And again, the majority of that has to do with the capital outlay and that Cardinal Drive rehabilitation project that we have just completed. So overall, we're about 70% of our expenditures as compared to the appropriations. So if council doesn't have any questions, I would entertain a motion and a second to approve the reconciliation for the month of August.
So moved. Oh, second.
And any further discussion? Okay, call the roll, please.
Mr. Babcock?
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet?
Yes.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
Mrs. Fogel?
Yes.
Mr. Hannah?
Yes.
Okay, that report for August has been approved. We had one late item.
I'm sorry.
Good song.
Wake us up.
What a couple days.
So, we have a resolution that we need to pass, and this comes from the county auditor's office. And this basically, this resolution says we accept the millage and the revenue that it's going to bring in on the real estate taxes that we have. Just kind of as a summary, we have 3 police levies. Those are each 2.5 mil, and we have 1 general fund levy. That's 2 mil, so we have 4 levies that are voted on. And one of those police levies will be on the ballot for November. So this resolution, and I'll read it by title if council's okay with that, a resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor.
Standard stuff. I'll make a motion, we approve.
And if we could have a motion to suspend the 3 readings
rule.
first,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
and call the roll, please.
Mr. Babcock?
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet?
Yes.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
Mrs. Fogel?
Yes.
Mr. Hannah?
Yes.
And now, Mr. Babcock.
I will make a motion that we approve the resolution accepting the rates.
And I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Babcock?
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet?
Yes.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
Mrs. Fogel?
Yes.
Mr. Hannah?
Yes.
That resolution passes unanimously. And let's see, Kevin, we have no presentations this evening. So we will go into communications, and Councilman Bear, I'll turn it over to you.
This weekend was the Heroes versus Cancer charity softball event hosted by Jeff Wise and his wife Sue. The event goes to raise money for the Pink Ribbon Ladies. It's been going on for 7 years now with a COVID break and a torrential downpour break one year. This year, our team, Rick and I played on a team, and Woody played as well. We finished second to Fairborn, who had a great team, good game, but honestly, we can't wait for next year to bring that trophy back home. So, it was a great event. I encourage everyone to attend next year, and if you want to play, let me know.
Congratulations on second place, though. I think you guys did a great job.
We had a lot of local vendors. It just so happened they were having Pee Wee football down there at the same time, and it was quite a gathering, really, of local
Yeah.
people and a good time. And we appreciate Jeff and Sue every year to putting that on.
Did you get any feedback as to how much funding was raised for the?
No,
Usually they post,
yeah,
they'll make a post on his Facebook page.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
normally we're recuperating too much after the year.
So real quick on a personal note, I do have to say, most of you, first of all, know that my wife Sue was diagnosed with breast cancer several months ago, and she is now a breast cancer survivor. Jeff and Sue Wise in our community was a blessing. The support that they offered us was just tremendous, and we can't say enough about the work that they do for the Enon community. So I just wanted to give them their due recognition for what they do.
So, really good people.
Yes, agreed. Any other communications? Kevin, we'll turn it over to you. Staff reports.
All right, thank you, Mayor, Council, residents. First item on my agenda there is the Mayor's Court report in front of you. Cases this month, we had 13 traffic cases. Total funds received this month was $2,476. Year to date, we've received $17,776. Total funds remitted to the state this month, $540. Year to date, $2,352. Total remitted to the village this month, excuse me, $1,918. Year to date, $15,402. Total dispersed was $2,476. Year to date, $15,300.
I'll move that we accept the mayor's court report as
second.
presented.
Second.
Are there any questions, discussion? Call the roll.
Mr. Babcock?
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet?
Yes.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker?
Yes.
Mrs. Fogel?
Yes.
Mr. Hannah?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Wanted to let everyone know that I did submit the wastewater infrastructure grant to the Department of Development. That was the grant that we had to first send to the county and have John Burr score it, and then we had to apply online ourselves. So I did submit that grant. So hopefully, there really wasn't a time frame that I heard that they were supposed to get back to us, but I just keep getting on the site to see the status of it. So
And where we score again, Kevin? Where did we score from on the county level?
we scored 9 out of 10.
Okay.
So he scored the top 10, so we were at number 9. So, so and that was for the telemetry system for the water plant / SCADA system update what we've got in the radios, things like that. So I will let that information out to each of you as I get it. So the building here today, U.S. Painters was here today and power washed the building prepping for paint. They did get it cleaned. He said he's going to start painting next week. So he'll come in and do any repairs that he has to do before they paint, and they'll paint next week. He said approximately 7 days they'll have it done. So
Great.
Coons Drive pavement repair was complete. They're going to be grinding on the 17th, grinding the Coons Drive, and then coming back in and paving on the 24th, just as a reminder. And everybody on Coons and Fay had letters delivered to them, so everybody's aware of that. And once we get done with that, that's going to be a nice completed area. So then we'll move on to, there's a couple other areas in town that we can look out for next year, So Hydrant flushing, I talked to Jason today, or he informed me that everything was going good on that. They're right on schedule, if not just a little bit ahead of schedule. They'll be starting South Enon Estates this week. So in approximately 3 weeks, we'll be complete with the hydrant flushing. So
Check your water before you do the laundry.
check the water, yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't, I mean, we've had a few calls, but, no, nothing like a bunch at one time.
No
so.
grass fell or anything?
Yeah.
Have we given out much of the laundry stuff, the detergent to get the rust
People,
out?
yeah, people come in and get that as well. Yeah, I
Good.
don't know how much, but I know that
We're giving it out.
giving it out. Yep.
Okay.
I know that Angie and Janet are letting everybody know about it, and I had a few calls that I told them about it. So yeah, so it's getting used. So. The property on Dayton Springfield Road that the village recently purchased, we had a company come in to do asbestos sampling. That's a 5-day test, so I'm going to say probably Monday we'll know pretty much how extensive asbestos is in that house. At first they thought it was drywall that was in there, but it was all plaster, the ceilings and walls. The sewer line we capped off today. Going to the septic system, we dug that out and capped that off and marked all that so that it wouldn't get damaged. Water line was disconnected today, took the meter out. We're doing this just in case, when they start taking the footers out, if they would happen to grab the water line.
Absolutely.
They're not yanking it out of the main. So right now, everything's pretty much disconnected. I just got an email from Ohio Edison. They're going to come in here hopefully within another week or two to get the electric line and the pole and everything out, whatever they need to do. Gas meter's been taken out. All they have to do now is do basically what we did up there with the water. They'll
Cap
dig
it
down
off.
by the curb and disconnect it just in case they would happen to catch it. They done pull the gas line out. So, but everything's gone. I'm waiting on one demo yet from a company out of Medway. So I'm waiting on that. And then also I got to fill out a county permit. I already talked to the county about that, a demo permit. So, and they're the ones that led me on to, the asbestos testing company and things like that. So,
Well, we appreciate you keeping things moving, so.
the gas will probably be, they said that'd probably be the longest. I mean, it usually takes like 45 days to get a permit from them for some odd reason, but, we'll see how fast it goes. So, the Apple Butter Fest banners will be going up this week. And that is October 9th and 10th. So looking forward to that. Miranda and myself, Miranda set up a meeting with her and myself to meet with Darren at the school this Friday to talk about some traffic issues. There's some traffic issues backing up at the light down there and, getting in and out of the parking lot, things like that. So we talked today with the mayor and came up with, a few possible solutions, just to present to him, just to see if we could be of any help. We don't want to overstep our boundaries or anything like that.
And let's
But,
clarify, the traffic control device, the roadway itself is not inside the corporate limits. However, it is adjacent to the village limits, which gives us enforcement powers for traffic. So we're all kind of tied together and we have to cooperate. And we had a good discussion this morning about it and some good ideas to take to the school and also maybe to present to Clark County as well. Kevin, I know you're going to touch base with the engineers department also.
Yeah.
And I think some of those suggestions is going to help alleviate the best we can with the traffic signal that we
Yeah.
have right now.
until that whole project gets done, then there's going to be a turn lane in there and all that.
Right.
So
Exactly
we're
right.
going to be kind of dealing with this, or the school's going to be dealing with this. So we want to go out and try to help them as best we can and suggest some things.
Patience.
So
People need to have
yeah.
patience right now.
So let's see here.
I got something to. You just said about the turn lane. So you're talking when the repaving's done on Enon Xenia, there's going to be a turn lane in the middle there.
Yes.
Okay, I think that'll alleviate a lot of the pressure, especially going southbound. It's almost impossible turning there.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the light's just so quick, and
And
there's
they
so
did
much
come out and
northbound
readjust the
traffic.
timer on that. I mean, when they first put it
It
in,
was a lot better today,
Yeah,
for sure.
it was quick, and it just it was tough. People coming north waiting,
Right.
and people turning in was just blocking.
Right.
Yeah, so it's kind of a mess there. So we're hoping that we can present a few of these ideas and like I say, try to work with them the best we can and present them and see what happens. Also, I talked with Bill, the project manager, this afternoon because I know there was quite a bit of complaints about dust, and so I talked to him about that this afternoon. He said they are starting to use a water truck, and plus they got sprinklers set up out there. So I haven't been out there to take a look to see where they're set up or anything like that, but they are utilizing that. He did make contact with Jason from the county in the air quality department or something. And Jason give him the revised code specifications for air quality, so he knows what his limits are and things like that. And I guess, to my knowledge, Jason is, evidently coming out and kind of monitoring every so often just to touch bases with him, keep in contact with him. So, so that's where we're at on that. Paving tomorrow, they initially requested to pave after hours. I got contacted and then I let them know that we had a noise ordinance from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. and so he was going to get with the paving company, and evidently they did because they were paving during the day.
today.
So I think they got, well, from what I understand, they got most of the paving done up front because he said they're going to move around back tomorrow at the bus drop off, and then they'll be done with the paving. So I'm assuming they were.
No, I don't think they had the main lot done right in front of the school. I know they got the student lot and then both lanes where you turn
Both
in.
entrances?
Yeah.
Okay.
They did get those today.
Okay.
They were working in front of the school when I came up here tonight.
They're going to be working tonight, I think, till the 9 o'clock, right,
So-
Kevin?
Yeah, that's the way I understood it.
So yeah, maybe they'll get done with the whole front tonight
So-
then.
The gist of it is, though, again, have a little bit of patience for residents that are in that area, because if things go well, they should finish up the paving tomorrow evening.
Yes.
Before the 9 o'clock deadline.
Right.
Other than maybe some striping. If not, it
Striping,
would
the
go-
striping company will be in there. Striping, they said they'll be, working 9 o'clock or a little bit after, but he said it's going to be like a push mower.
It's not going to be like trucks with backup
not-
alarms and
no
all that
backup
stuff.
alarms,
Right.
things like that. So, so that's where we're at on that. They did get the hydro seeding done. All the grass and stuff's been planted. Overall, in my opinion, I think they're doing a good job and it's coming right along. It's just those things that deal with construction. The noise and dirt and all that kind of stuff. But we're trying the best we can to work with them and help them through some of this stuff.
If people call us, they get a hold of you, Kevin. You've been very responsive, and I've tasked you with that to stay on top of it, which you have, and that's all we're asking folks to do. Give us a call if there's something we can help out with. And I know it's frustrating if you live in that area. It's got to be. Sure. So.
Right. So,
And on the backside of this, I do have to say, they could have been, I think the school could have been more proactive about being a better neighbor about the whole situation itself, too. A lot of this stuff maybe could have been resolved with the committee, as Mr. Wozak has spoken of, but, at least a ombudsman or something like that. But it just seems like there's, maybe could have been handled a little bit better, personally.
and that steering committee that he was talking about, I'm going to be talking with him again on that tomorrow. He was real receptive to the idea, or on Friday, excuse me. He was real receptive to the idea, and he mentioned that maybe we could get something together by the end of the month and have an initial first meeting toward the end of the month. So, but I'm going to try to finalize that on Friday just to see where we stand and see which route we want to go with
Yeah,
that.
that northwest, the north side of the parking lot, the elevation off of that, I just don't, I can't. Enough said.
Other than that, I think that's all I can think of right now, Mayor, that I've had. So,
Okay, questions for our administrator?
Did you talk to Will Houghton, who was here at the last meeting? Did he come
yes,
back
I met
about
with him. We went down there, and he's planning on putting in 3 tables. We got kind of away from the gazebo, under some trees, give it shade and stuff like that. So we got a good plan going there. So I told him to once again draw it up and kind of get a formal presentation, so we can take a look at where they're actually going to be and things like that. So yeah, that's moving forward.
Cool.
Good deal.
Kevin, have we heard from the other Eagle Scout project who wanted to do the giggle ball?